and thank you for joining in Servants of Hope Kingdoms Ministry, Speaking Your Truth. Today we have a very special guest with us today, Anissa Stovall. Me and Anissa have been knowing each other for a long time. She has a story to tell us, and I believe you viewers are going to benefit from her story. We also have her board member, Shamona Kirkland, with us today. They're the foundation of Jordan's Safe Place, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about that today. And also, Anissa is going to tell us also about Jordan's Safe Place and how it got to become Jordan's Safe Place. So now, Anissa, hello. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just glad to have you on our set today. It's an honor. I feel an honor and a privilege to have you. I know you've been going through a lot, but I thank you for your time to come in and be with us on the Servants of Hope Speaking Your Truth. So right now, I want to ask you, just for starters, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a single mother of four. I graduated from Texas State University with my master's degree, and I currently work with the Housing Authority of Austin. I am a compliance manager there. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar. It was a shock to all of us, to my family, and when I say shock, I mean shock that one of my children was actually diagnosed with a mental illness. I myself had seen mental illness within my family. My uncles, as I was growing up, I saw mental illness. It wasn't talked about. Everyone was very quiet, but you would see them do things that you knew just a normal person wouldn't do. But the family still remained quiet, and it was a big secret, and nobody wanted to talk about it. And so as I grew older, I used to be afraid for my brothers. I was always afraid for my brothers because I thought something, would happen, that they would get that illness. And as time went on, they were fine. Nothing ever happened. So I thought, okay, everything's good now. Never in a million years did I think that mental illness will skip a generation and come to my children. And so when I say shock, I think that's what shocked me the most, that it attacked my child. And during that time when it first happened, I reached out to everybody that I could possibly think of. I mean, I talked to everybody, every mental hospital in Austin, Texas, every agency in Austin, Texas. I talked to everyone trying to get help for my son. And what I found is when they're a young adult and they do not want the treatment, regardless if you have insurance or anything like that, if they refuse the treatment, there's not a lot you can do. That's what I found out during that process. I was lucky that Jordan decided to accept the help, and he was placed in the hospital, and he bounced back. He bounced back very quickly the first time. He had the episode. He was fine. A week or two later, he was fine. So then I started wondering and second guessing. Maybe nothing's wrong with him. Maybe that's just something that happened. Maybe, like other people were telling me also, well, you sure he didn't do any drugs? Mm-hmm. And although I knew he was not a person that tried drugs, that's just not his character. I started second guessing myself there. Well, maybe he did try drugs. Thinking all these different thoughts. And so as time went on, he was good. But exactly 12 months later, another manic episode happened. And that was last year of 2020. was placed back in the hospital. This time it took him a lot longer to bounce back. I think, me and you talked about that when he had to stay over at St. David's Hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I told you I was really unhappy with the care he received there. Because that time last year, me, my mom, his brothers, sisters, we really had to nurse him back to health. Like, we had to actually help him get dressed, help him eat. It was hard to see. It was hard to see this 20-year-old that was so able-bodied before and so smart and talented in what he did and everything he did, to see him in a place to where he could not even take care of himself. He couldn't drive.
So, Nisa, do you think that they had him over medicated, or what do you think? What took so much?
They did. And I stopped the medication because he wasn't able to keep food down. He was rarely able to stand on his own. And so I stopped the medication. You know, they kept telling me, oh, just give it a little bit, it's gonna help. And after a few days, I just couldn't take it anymore. So I stopped.
Right.
I stopped it, and he, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here because this is another part of the safe place.
Yeah.
Every time he got sick, he wanted to leave the city. So we would always have to go find somewhere to go.
Okay.
To just get away because he just was afraid to be in the city.
Okay.
So last year, after we nursed him back and he was okay, he was better. He wasn't good, but he was better than he was. He wanted to leave the city. So we left the city for a few days and rented a cabin in New Braunfels. And I mentioned that because with Jordan's Safe Place, that is something that I want to provide in my future. I want to provide this safe place somewhere they can go and receive healing and do different things for us, like having a farm, have animals and things like that, make it a long-term stay because it is expensive. And if you're someone like me that's a single parent that is dealing with that, it's hard for you to make things happen in order to do that. I was blessed and able that I could do it. You know, not saying that it was easy, but I did it because at the time that's what he felt he needed to get better, was to get away from here. So as a mother, you do what you think's gonna help. You do whatever you can, and so I made it happen each time. I got him out of the city, and so with Jordan's Safe Place, we want to build a facility that is out of the city limits, that has a farm, has a garden, has different things to where young adults who are suffering from mental illness can just get away and relax and have that place to kind of refocus, kind of regroup, and just, get themselves back together. Because it does take a while. It's not something that happens overnight once they go through those manic episodes. Their body goes through a different transition, their mind, and sometimes it's traumatizing to them. Even when they go to the mental hospitals. Also, So that's one thing that I really want in my future with Jordan Safe Place, to do that.
So going with the trauma that you went through, what happened? Your strength. Where are you? What place are you in right now?
Right now, I am holding on to God. Holding on to God. I read not yesterday, but a few days ago that what did it say? You don't know how much you need God until God is all you got. But right now, God is all I got.
Yeah.
To get me through.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. The the only thing that I can say out of it all is I'm so thankful
Yeah.
that Jordan doesn't have to live with that mental illness anymore. As much as it pains me, I'm so thankful that he doesn't have to go through that. Because I see Jordan in the hospital. I cried many times.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay, Lisa. You can. It's okay. Know that God is able. That's where your strength is gonna lie. And it's okay. It's okay. I haven't been there. I'm sure some viewers out here that hasn't been there yet. So this is why your story is going to help someone deal with mental illness. We're talking about a mental illness that happened that resulted in her son getting killed. So this is very hard for her, and we thank her for coming on the show. Lisa, so you want to tell us how did you start Jordan's Place, Jordan's Safe Place? What led you to that?
I started Jordan's Safe Place because after he passed away after the funeral, and I was left at home with my thoughts daily, and I talked to God daily. You know, I didn't want to blame God. I didn't want to be mad at God. But I wanted him to tell me and show me what he wanted me to take from this. And I sat there every day for about a whole month. I can tell you exactly where I sat. I have this couch that kind of leans back in my living room. And I sat in that same spot every day, almost all day. About a month, just asking God, what do I do? What do I do? And he just started speaking to me. He just started speaking to me. And so, because I wasn't in the mind frame to process all the paperwork to start Jordan's Safe Place, I paid an agency to handle all the business aspect of it. And so I did that. And so I went in, I'm like, God, okay, what do I do next? And so we went on to the next part of it, and that's as far as starting the financial part of it, as far as trying to establish business credit and, you know, my finances and stuff as far as the business accounts. So I took care of that. I came back, I said, okay, God, what do I do now? And it was the first week of May, and it was Mental Health Awareness Month. And my friend called me. She literally called me 30 minutes after I sat there talking up and asking what do I do. She called me, she was like, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. This is the month you need to get out there and you need to do something and make it awareness in the community. And so, when she said that with that conversation, it just took off from there. I started reaching out to a few people, and I was blessed. The location where we had the event, they blessed me, Midtown Live. They blessed me to have my health awareness there, mental health awareness there. I had NAMI come out and speak, and so it was really an awesome event for us to put it together in such short notice. It really came together. It was a great event. I met some great people. I have met some great families that have young adults that are suffering from mental illness from that event, that are still in our network, that we continue to do our monthly check-ins with. We continue to reach out to them to find out their support that we can offer, because that's what we want to do. here at Jordan Safe Place, we want to help others.
Mhm.
You know, we want to do what we can. I know we cannot alleviate the burden, but if we could just help, that's what we want to do.
That's great. That's great. Now, as we were talking yesterday, when we had lunch, so the event that's coming up, or what you want to do with Jordan Safe Place, is that something differently that Shimona's going to talk about? Shimona's going to talk about?
Shimona will be talking about the upcoming mental health awareness event
Okay.
in 2022.
Okay.
What I am doing now, what
Okay.
we're doing now is prepare for
Yes.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to provide, it's going to be called a Jordan Christmas. And we're going to provide that to the families. And they're going to tell of dinners, gifts, gift cards, little things like that just to help them during the holidays. So that's what we'll be doing this year.
You said something about also you working on scholarship, and then you said scholarship, and then you also working on a place where they can for their housing, stuff like that. You can tell us about that.
Yes, the scholarships will be available in the mental health awareness event in 2022. I plan to make sure that that's available. It'll be the Jordan Walton Scholarship, and that's for young adults that are suffering from mental illness who choose to attend higher education. Do that. So all of that is in the works. The Christmas, the scholarships, the mental health awareness events, those are all we're gearing up for. My future goals, as I said before, is providing a safe place that provides long-term housing to young adults where they just need to get away from the city if they're maybe going through a manic episode or you're feeling a little bit stressed from just, being in the city sometimes it just stresses me,
Yeah.
And I feel it myself.
It's just me just driving around.
I feel it myself, so.
Yeah.
I really have no idea how I'm going to obtain that, but
Because he's gonna do it. He's gonna give it to you. He's gonna provide it. You're on a good road. Yeah, good success. Okay, so Shimona is gonna tell us the events that's coming up and what role that she plays with the board of Jordan Safe Place, and the events that's gonna be coming up, and how the community can help this Jordan Safe Place, this mother.
right.
Yes. I commend you for your strength. I know it's hard.
Thank
I
you
know it's
so
hard.
much.
I'm right here with you.
Yeah,
Call me, whatever. Okay. Yeah.
me too.
I want to ask your kids. They grown now. All right, Shimona.
Thank you so much. My name is Shimona Kirkland. I am a board member for Jordan Safe Place, and I have known Anissa for 20 plus years, and I just want to commend her strength. She's a single parent, and so am I. And I never in my life could have imagined, any of us losing our children. You see it on TV. We hear people talk about it, and it's something that you just don't know that could touch home and really affect you. And I see her strive every day. I see her struggle every day.
Yeah.
I see her push. I see, it's just a lot. And so it encourages me. My children have grown up with Jordan and the rest of the family. And so it's important for me to just stress how proud I am of her.
Yeah.
And how she pulled me in and a few others to just help her go on this journey. Because we had no idea that we would be here.
Yeah.
As far as Jordan Place goes, it's very dear to my heart as well. A lot of us have mental illness in our families. We don't really talk about it. We shared at lunch, different family situations that I don't necessarily have to go into, but it's in every family.
Yeah.
Every culture. And so Jordan Safe Place really brought me back to where I was years ago as a little girl.
Yeah.
you know, and so this will be the second annual mental health event that we'll be hosting. The first one, I was so proud of her because she pulled it together with a little bit of strength, but she was still breathing, and she still is.
Yeah.
And so this event will be taking place in May of 2022. We're going to have guest speakers that are going to talk to everybody about mental health awareness and just share their testimony and talk about different resources. There are going to be also organizations that will have resource tables available for the community and just share, you know, things that we wouldn't necessarily know about if you don't talk about it or go through it. And so there'll be, you know, just the scholarship opportunities.
Yeah.
The first event we had raffles, and so we're just really trying to make it inclusive for all families, not just the person that is going through the mental health illness, but their families, because that was very difficult for me to see her go through and the rest of the family. And so I think it's important for us to bring all of the community in the situation and involve them and make them aware and provide all these opportunities that they didn't know about because they don't talk.
Right.
And so once you start seeing people that are just like you, that are going through these situations, and you're like, oh wow, I thought she was together.
Right.
And she's going through it just as well, that will open people all the way up to the elders. Because, you know, that's where it started. You know, and a lot of the times, they just said, don't ask me no questions. It is what it is.
Yes.
You know, we've heard all the different.
It's been a hush hush.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about
I
it.
said it, and that's just it. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, now we have these generations that are struggling and they don't know what to do with it. And so I appreciate. I hate the circumstances that came behind it, but I appreciate the goal that God has placed before us. You know, and we did not know that it was going to come to this, but we knew that He was going to carry us through. And so the event is going to be amazing.
Yes.
We're going
I can
to,
imagine.
we're taking donations.
Yes.
We'll share the information with you all in regards to how people can donate. You can make cash donations. You can do gifts. We'll be doing raffles. This is all the stuff that we're working on, just to try to really just outreach and approach everybody and let them know that this is a safe place. This is a safe
Yes.
place.
Yes.
So,
Lisa, do you have any upcoming events coming up soon? Or y'all know you have anything in place right now that you want to share with the viewers, or just?
No, not at this time. We're just gearing up, like I said, for Christmas. That's our main focus, the holiday season, and gearing up to help those families that have someone that suffers from mental illness. Just want to be there to, you know, help them, support them during the holiday season. You know, sometimes during the holiday season, you get stressed out and, you know, different things occur. So, and also, I mean, even with the pandemic here lately, the mental health illness has been really, since COVID started, the numbers have really
Yes.
So that is our main goal, is to focus on being prepared for the holiday season, being prepared for our event next year, and also our scholarships. You know, all that takes funds, and so we're trying to figure it out how we can obtain those funds. So just trying slowly to get there. Some days I can get up and I can work on Georgia Safe Place nonstop, and idea after idea will come to me. And some days I'm just kind of out for the count, where I just can't do anything.
And Lisa, you said something yesterday about, you found out about the numbers of mental illness, about how the increase in the mental health. You said something about it yesterday when we had lunch. I want to say what how many people suffer from mental illness. Okay, that's okay. We had a good conversation yesterday. Okay, it was very good. You have a lot of information dealing with mental health since you managed your money to this.
Yeah, I'm here. I talk to, you know, since I started Georgia Safe Place, families. I talk to many families, and I'm just there to help. And a lot of the people that I've talked to, they just want somebody to talk to that's been through it. You know, and I get it because when Jordan was first sick, and I would talk to people, a lot of people, majority of the people that I would talk to would be, well, he's grown. Let him, he don't take the medicine. Let him go. You know, well, you sure he's not doing drugs? That was another thing they would always say. And when you're a mother and your child is doing, you don't want to hear that. Like, if you're not going to help offer a solution, don't offer this other, you know, your other perspective on it. That you think that, you know, person's on drugs or that they're grown because they're 18. Which they're not. You know. And so a lot of the people that I have been working with recently, they just really want someone to talk to. And they just really want some help in getting their young adult the care they need. And so that's what I've been doing a lot. So I won't go into detail because all of that is confidential.
Okay.
But that is what I've noticed since I started this. I've even reached some people in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That found me on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was pretty amazing. That I don't know how she found me. I mean I don't know. But it was a blessing to talk with her and work with her through her situation.
Great resources. That's gonna be something good. Who's gonna come out of this?
May I say
Yes,
that, you know, the journey that we all are going through, this has really opened our youth, our little babies. Anissa has a 11-year-old. I have a 12-year-old. They, you know, were born together, played together, and so now they're asking questions. You know, the 15-year-old, my daughter. You know, and so it's important to start young.
Yeah.
And not be afraid to have those conversations. And we were very apprehensive when the situation happened with Jordan on what we should say to them and what information we should give them, and you know, not giving too much or too little. But they need to know. We gotta start with these babies. We gotta start with these babies. You know, and all the way through. You know, and so it just, when she brought that up, it made me think about our little ones that just did not understand. Like, what do you mean? What happened? Why did that happen? Who did that? You know, and so conversation is key and it's critical, and it's a lot of the times that we just don't really have them. You know,
Right.
and when we do, it's kind of, we get conditioned. You know, and we say what we think we need to say or what the other person needs to say. And there's parameters with the youth and the elders, and just, you know, just having some conversation that's not too critical, but that I appreciate with Anissa, because we had those conversations like, well, what do we say to the babies, the 10-year-olds, and they're asking a lot. So it's I think this is an amazing event.
Yeah.
We're gonna have many of them,
Yeah.
but it's just, we're talking to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and including everybody.
Yeah.
And so that even when we had the last event, the first event, which was very successful, I believe, there were amazing speakers. The kids were there and they were listening and they asked questions on our way home. You know, that I was just wasn't prepared to answer because I didn't think they were listening, but they are.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and so it's important.
Yeah.
We're doing great things. It's gonna happen.
And I can say there were so many people that reached out to me after that said that they just didn't even realize that they were actually dealing with something.
Yes. Yes.
Few people. And I even I said that one of the speakers said sometimes you have to take your cape off.
Yeah.
And that really spoke to me because I realized then I had to take this cape off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was an amazing event.
Yeah.
I can say God shined his light on us. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
So I am excited, and I do look forward to doing so much more with Jordan's Safe Place. And I'm being patient with myself.
Yeah.
because not only am I grieving and trying to still take care of my family, I still have a legal battle that I'm fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And so, I figure if I just do what I can, God will do the rest.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing.
Yes. So, Anissa, my last question to you is, what would you tell the viewers here today, some young person dealing with mental health?
I would say that it's okay to not be okay. I would say reach out and get help. Reach out to, whoever you trust to get help. Ask for the help you need. And if there's nobody in your immediate family that you do not want to reach out, I would say reach out to your local mental health agencies. You can reach out to Jordan Safe Place. I'll help you. I will give you direction. I will say if you're needing help with mental health and are not able to afford it, I say to you again, reach out to Jordan Safe Place. We can help you get those funds. And I just say reach out. You have to reach out. Nobody knows what you're going through but you. And if you don't ask for the help, then can't nobody help you. And I just want you to know it's okay. It's okay to need help. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like you go to the doctor for your body when something's hurt.
Yeah.
Same thing with your mind. You go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You take care of it.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you have a Facebook page or what's your website? So someone, do you have an email? Or something that they can reach out to email? Would you tell them your email address?
You can reach me on Jordan Safe Place on Facebook. You can also reach us on Open Collective, and you'll find Jordan Safe Place. Open Collective, you can make donations there, but you can also send me a message there. So if you just go to Open Collective and type in Jordan Safe Place, you'll find us. And the email address that I have, personal email address, is jordansafeplace@outlook.com.
Okay. I want to thank you, both of you. Y'all are a blessing. Y'all really are. Lisa, I know this was a lot, but you just said, I'll do it. I want to do it. And I thank you for that, to share your story with someone, because you never know who's dealing with the mental health issue. And like you say, we all have mental health.
Yes.
We don't know what day it's gonna be, but we have an issue.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Yes.
Past, present.
Yeah. Okay. So again, thank you for joining in Servants of Hope Kingdom Ministry, speaking your truth. We're out of here. Thank you. This is Titi.
Thank you.